We're here today to shine a light on a crime that is unfolding before our eyes. President Trump directed his corrupt billionaire friend, Elon Musk, to ransack a critical agency of the U.S. government.
Hi everyone, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, when I started this pod almost 3 years ago now, I had no idea I'd be reporting on this kind of thing. It's increasingly disturbing. Been following Elon Musk. It started out as investing, looking at Tesla, then Elon Musk, and he's become at the center of cultural, political, and business life in the United States, increasingly far right. And now it looks like there's an actual coup taking place with him involved. If it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, let me explain. Let's get into it. So this post begins to explain it. Elon Musk's staff has been caught plugging in hard drives inside the Office of Personal Management, OPM, the Treasury Department of the United States, and the General Service Administration, GSA. His staff encountered resistance when demanding that Treasury officials grant access to systems managing the flow of more than $6 trillion annually to programs like Social Security and Medicare. Tensions escalated when Musk's aides were discovered at OPM accessing systems including a vast database known as the Enterprise Human Resources Integration, which contains sensitive information such as dates of birth, social security numbers, performance appraisals, home addresses, pay grades, and length of service for government employees. In response to employees speaking out, Musk's aides locked civil servants out of computer systems and offices. And this related headline, DOGE gains access to payment system doling out trillions to Americans. Now, I guess it's related directly to this as well. Trump kicks aside Congress with sweeping claims of presidential power. With aggressive reading of the Constitution, President aims to upend balance of power in Washington. And if he's given Elon permission, DOGE permission to do this kind of thing, this definitely goes along with this. He's acting with king-like powers, it seems. And along with this, from February the 3rd, so very recent, Elon Musk is officially an employee of the US government, which does bring up conflicts of interest, massive conflicts of interest. If he is accessing sensitive information, or his department, his pseudo department is, definitely some sort of conflict of interest. And this post, which I understand was on a forum, Elon is breaking the law with his OPM server access to the Treasury. Can he just be arrested? The writer asks. I'm worried about him shutting down IT systems. He's already illegally revoking credentials, access, etc. He should be arrested, but let's face it, we know why he isn't. The US does not tend to arrest billionaires. If anyone else were trying to pull this, they would be behind bars. I just don't think he will stop until he physically can't, no matter what the court or lawyers say. Is there something we can do? The author asks, do people know what the deal is with the security officers, Capitol Police at the moment? So they're really concerned about Elon having access to these sensitive systems. And the way that he went about it, we'll find out more about that. It seemed really dodgy during the weekend at night, apparently pulling up in black SUVs under cover of night and doing this and coming up against resistance, but getting the job done that he wanted to do, seeming really dodgy. As I said, if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, it seems like a coup. That seems to be what it looks like. And there's been some talk about the people helping him here, the young, inexperienced engineers aiding Elon Musk's government takeover. Engineers between 19 and 24, so pretty young, most linked to Musk companies, are playing a key role as he seizes control of federal infrastructure. Now, these people giving them the benefit of the doubt, probably don't know what they're doing, don't know that it's even possibly illegal what they're doing. Maybe they're watching this right now. So I'd say have a think about what you're doing there, what Elon is making you do in terms of this. They are new to the workforce, just young. They're probably Elon-gelicals, do anything that he says, even when it comes to something that's possibly illegal like this. But will people end up going to prison for this kind of thing? Or will Elon throw them under the bus if it comes to that? We'll have to see what happens about this in the future. Now it says, despite their limited experience, these individuals have been granted official A-suite level clearance. One of these young engineers reported just graduated high school. Imagine being a 30-year-old veteran bureaucrat and being fired by a 17-year-old autistic engineer with a laptop. Simply incredible. This was actually an ex post that Elon Musk replied to, as you can see there, with the okay. He likes them even saying that. Now, if this does turn out to be an illegal move by Elon and Doge, this headline says Trump appointed DC attorney offers to protect Musk's Doge staff. Interim U.S. attorney vows action against anyone impeding their work. Legal cover for these people, just being told they're just following orders from Elon, no doubt, going in there. But they're pretty young, as I said. Maybe an older, experienced person would, when they went inside and then they got stopped by security officials saying, who are you? What are you doing? You're not supposed to be doing this. They wouldn't have the experience to say, hold on a minute, I'm not supposed to be doing this. And this headline from the New York Times, Elon Musk is trying to get control of key payment system at any cost. A top Treasury official plans to resign after a fight with Elon Musk's allies over access to a sensitive payment system. And this, Musk vows to cancel grants after gaining access to U.S. Treasury payment system. System disperses trillions of dollars in U.S. government spending each year, including Social Security. Elon has vowed to unilaterally cancel hundreds of millions of dollars worth of government grants after apparently gaining access to review the U.S. Treasury's fast payment systems, a move that prompted the sudden resignation of one of the department's most senior officials. Now, as we've said before, do you think that the payments going to, say, SpaceX or Tesla, these subsidies, do you think these will go away in the line of efficiency, or they actually increase with Elon gaining more and more power here and with some possibly illegal moves? But do you think that the money going to his companies is going to decrease, payments going to his companies, or just things that he deems as not productive? Now, Elon has boasted on X that he was rapidly shutting down illegal payments after a list of grants to Lutheran organizations was posted online. He justified the move by claiming his team discovered that payment approval officers at the Treasury were instructed always to approve payments, even to known fraudulent or terrorist groups. The system has been run until now, presumably by career civil servants, and the Treasury already has an in-house team tasked with identifying fraudulent payments. The source with knowledge of the situation said that Doge representatives did not have the authority to cut payments, only to read data. But Senator Scott Winden, the top-ranking Democrat on the Senate Finance Committee, said his office had been told the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent had granted Doge full access to the system. And this from February the 3rd as well. Musk outlines scope of plan for Doge cuts, starting with USAID. Billionaire sees wholesale spring cleaning of the US regulations. Musk says has Trump's nod to end USAID as a standalone agency. So first was the Treasury, the trillions of dollars of payments, and then USAID, security officials on leave after refusing access to Musk allies. Billionaire and Trump ally Elon Musk has been denigrating the agency, which is the world's largest provider of food assistance around the world, aid assistance. USAID security leaders on leave after trying to keep Musk's Doge from classified info, officials say. This is from February the 2nd. So again, this happened over the weekend and I believe at night. So when things were quiet, unexpected, This is the US government. Sensitive areas, very sensitive areas of the US government. Elon Musk now is getting access to, taking in a team of young people who really probably don't know what they're doing to help him with this undercover activity. Members of Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE, eventually did gain access Saturday to the aid agency's classified information, which includes intelligence reports. Their former officials said Musk's DOGE crew lacked high enough security clearance to access that information, so the two USAID security officials were legally obligated to deny access. That's fair enough. They obviously didn't know it was going to happen. People just showed up from DOGE. It's like, well, you can't do this. What are you doing? After business hours, by the sound of it, they just showed up demanding access. So what are the security officials going to do if they didn't know what was going to happen and they're faced with this? It's like a heist. Now, this comes a day after DOGE carried out a similar operation at the Treasury Department. Again, the gravity of this, the US Treasury Department, this is happening at. So this is a serious thing here. And I just wonder what the fallout from this will be once other politicians, other members of the government work out what's going on. This was during the weekend, so this is unfolding news. We'll see what happens for the rest of the week, whether there's some pushback, and there is some pushback already. I will talk about that in a minute. Gaining access to sensitive information, including the Social Security and Medicare customer payment systems. And this is about the USAID incident, behind DOGE's standoff at USAID, desk searches, and Elon Musk calling. So it doesn't sound like Elon Musk was there, but he was obviously on the phone, directing it from phone. Maybe there's a reason he didn't want to be there personally, just sending in these young people. Young staffers from Musk Government Efficiency Initiative gained access to sensitive information to cap a week-long effort that puts the aid agency's fate in question. And Katie Miller on X, who is she? Trump names former staffer Katie Miller to Musk-led DOGE panel. That was back in December. She says no classified material was accessed without proper security clearances. Well, we don't know if that's true. It seems like that information will come out later. And Elon Musk on X has been typically brazen about this. He's saying that USAID is a criminal organization. Some propaganda involved there. Time for it to die, he says. And so what has the pushback been so far? There hasn't been much time yet from this literal coup, it looks like, from Representative Jim McGovern. He says, after demanding to meet with the puppets Elon sent to take over USAID, we were turned away and told they wouldn't talk to us or defend the legality of what is going on right now. So the legality of it will be played out, and I guess I'll be covering it here. This is a constitutional crisis, he says. Elon is stealing taxpayer money. We are fighting back. We will win. And this from Senator Chris Van Hollen. Trump's decision to shut down USAID has frozen critical work to deliver vital assistance around the globe and put China in the driver's seat. We're at USAID HQ fighting back against Trump's outrageous assault on dedicated USAID workers. And I will play a little bit of that video now to see what he said about the pushback.
We're here today to shine a light on a crime that is unfolding before our eyes and support our tremendous U.S. civil servants at USAID. President Trump directed his corrupt billionaire friend, Elon Musk, to ransack a critical agency of the U.S. government. Musk and his band of unelected acolytes at DOGE have locked out USAID employees from their offices, improperly accessed highly classified information, purged the agency of its nonpartisan leadership, and thrown the agency into chaos through a concerted campaign of harassment and intimidation of its employees. These actions severely harm our national security. They put thousands of children around the world at immediate risk of starvation, disease, and death, and sideline some of our finest civil servants who work tirelessly every day to make the world a better place. This is a case of the very worst among us attacking the very best of us. The work USAID does is vital to all Americans.
Now, if you're getting value out of this episode so far, I'd really appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people. It really does help. Thanks. And this from Elizabeth Warren: no one elected Elon Musk. As Donald Trump allows Musk to access people's personal information and shut down government funding, Republicans in Washington will also own the consequences. We must do everything in our power to push back and protect people from harm. This was done in a hurry. This is in the first 2 weeks of Trump's presidency here. I wonder how much this was planned earlier or whether it was planned hurriedly, but it's happening in a rush, and that is how a lot of these things happen. Coups in particular happen quickly before anybody can realize what's going on, and this is what's happening in the last week or two. A lot of things happening quickly, and Elon might have been planning for this for some time. And this post from We the People, once again, for those folks in the back, DOGE is not an official government entity. Congress hasn't created this department or even seen a prelim budget report. They have no right to your private info. Have they got private info? It does seem like they've got access to it and firing people along the way, and the legality of it is in question. And again, those young people involved here, just a few young people Elon obviously sent in there to do this, to do his dirty work, and they really were just following instructions, just following orders, but the legality of it will be worked out in time. What has happened here, but will it continue? What else will happen? And OPM implementing Musk Doge plans sends federal workers a second fork in the road email. And he was known to do this in his companies. At X, he did this, and there was some legal action taken after this. I think somebody got compensation for being sent an email like this and then suing after it. The Office of Personnel Management follows up on its deferred registration offer. So a registration email was sent out, an ultimatum. A week after the U.S. Office of Personnel Management sent 2 million federal employees an email containing a deferred resignation offer, the OPM has sent out a second email with additional details. And now the fork in the road emails has led to this campaign, this pushback, which seems to have started. Fork off. I support federal workers. So that might be a campaign that grows over time. Again, this has happened very quickly, so people haven't had much chance to regroup, organize, and push back. And I'd say that's on purpose, to do these things quickly before anybody can have some sort of reaction to it. But no doubt there will be reaction, perhaps reaction from you if you're a federal worker or you don't like this. For this kind of thing, which is, as I said, literally seems like a bit of a coup. Is everybody affected by this? We've got an unelected official, Elon Musk, his pseudo agency going in there with the permission from the Trump administration, from Trump himself, to do things in the middle of the night and the weekend really quickly. And some more pushback. Democratic senator says he will stall Trump nominees until USAID is back. And outside the building not long ago, huge crowd at USAID HQ right now telling Musk and Trump to fork off. So this is just beginning, no doubt. And talking about what might come next, this headline: Trump advisors weigh plan to dismantle education department. So they have talked about this. Will it be Musk going in there to do a similar thing, agency by agency, very quickly before people have had a chance to really see, to understand what's going on here? Now, well-known actor Mark Ruffalo, and somewhat of an activist, thinks he knows what's going on. Elon Musk wants his empire on Mars. Yes, he has repeatedly said that. The reason he wants to shut down USAID is that he wants taxpayer money to fund and build his empire there. I know that sounds insane, and it is. The one thing that Elon pressed upon me when I first met him was that he was going to go to Mars and set up a civilization there. It's something he has talked about publicly for a very long time, on and on about it. He stopped being a humanitarian and good guy when he realized there was no way to get there without cleaning out government coffers, and there was no way to do that without stopping humanitarian aid here in the USA and abroad. Well, perhaps there's truth in that. If you think about how much it costs, Elon Musk has talked about getting 1 million tons to Mars through Starship. As soon as he can get Starship into orbit, it hasn't got to orbit yet. The last one exploded, and the one before that had the payload of a banana. So a long way to go. And yes, there has been US government money, taxpayer money. So maybe Elon can see that this is going to be very expensive and he's going to need money, and where's it going to come from? Mark says, keep your eye on the ball. When Elon slashes costs, it's for his own pocket and no one else's. It's stealing is what it is. He sees these trillions as his, not ours. He thinks he is saving humanity by going to Mars. Yes, he does, I think, believe that. But, you know, this is many, many decades ahead, and he has some imperative to get there in his lifetime and to establish it, but at what cost? Mark says he is clearly ending humanity and humanitarian aid to get there. We are Elon's stepping stone. Be aware. He is already rich off government contracts. I mean, that's true. Tesla and SpaceX have been getting government subsidies, we could say. Now he is gaming the system. Trump has become his lapdog. Watch all the things Trump gives Elon now. Elon has seized him and seizing government agencies by the look of it. That's what seems to be happening. Elon seems to have a lot of power here for not being an elected official and, yes, being a government employee now, but really moving fast here with Trump's permission. And is there some validity to what Mark's saying here, that he sees that if he's going to get to Mars, he's going to need a lot more money? And that's something to keep an eye on. We must keep an eye on this. I'll be following the news of what happens with Elon. If it suddenly gets more money poured into his companies, or over time, maybe more people will realize what's going on here, taking money from the people as much as he can to funnel to his own companies. That's one possibility, and staging a literal coup here to get it done. How much pushback will there be? We'll have to see. I'm going to be following this story. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put a link here to a related video. Go and see that now if you want to, and also a subscribe link. If you're new here, do subscribe. If you want more of this kind of content from me in the very near future, and I'll be following this story. And thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.